Welcome to the channel, The Evolution of Consciousness. Life at its source is creative. When you get in touch with your inner mind, you get in touch with the creative core of life itself. According to the old paradigm, life is controlled by DNA, an incredibly complex molecule that has revealed less than 1% of its secrets to geneticists. Under the new paradigm, however, the control of life belongs to awareness. The millions of changes occurring in our cells are merely the transient script of life. Behind this mask lurks the observer who represents this stream of consciousness. Everything you can know or feel begins with awareness and ends with it. Every thought or emotion that catches your attention is a tiny fragment of awareness. All the goals and hopes you cherish about yourself are also organized in awareness. We fall victim to disease, aging, and death because of gaps in our awareness of ourselves. To lose awareness is to lose mind. To lose mind is to lose control of the mind's end product, the human body. So the most valuable lesson the new paradigm teaches us is this: if you want to change your body, first change your awareness. Fearful images of aging, together with the increasing incidence of ailments and infirmity among the elderly, are the results of bleak, ego-driven perceptions. Aging only makes sense in the big picture of nature, where everything changes, withers, and dies. But in a world where there is an endless stream of ever-renewing intelligence, it simply doesn't make sense. What point of view you hold is your choice. There is no limit to the energy, information, and intelligence concentrated in one person's life. The void within each atom is the cradle of the universe. When two neurons interact with each other at the speed of thought, a new world can be born. The first step towards a different perception of your body is to change your attitude towards it. Try to get rid of the belief that the body ages because it is accepted. Even though inside you deeply honor your belief in the inevitability of aging, disease, and death, try to let go of this old paradigm at least for a while. The quantum worldview, or new paradigm, teaches us that we are constantly creating and destroying our bodies. That the body is a dense, stable object is an illusion. The body is a process, and as long as that process is directed toward renewal, the cells of the body remain young no matter how much time has passed or how much entropy we are exposed to. To have a renewed body, you must constantly be ready to embrace new insights leading to new solutions. Remember, the most important step towards gaining an ageless body is to remove the entrenched perceptions that create feelings of isolation, fragmentation, and disconnection in you. I suggest you try one exercise now, which will teach you to go beyond the usual physical plane to the quantum level. You will go beyond the boundaries of the senses and get in touch with the level of transcendental cognition, which is actually more real than the usual world of senses. So, look at your hand and study it more closely. It is the hand as the senses present it to you, that is, a material object formed of muscle, bone, and blood. Holding the image of the hand on the level of mental perception, imagine that you're studying it through the lens of a powerful microscope, allowing you to examine the smallest fibers of matter and energy. At low magnification, you will see not soft flesh, but a cluster of individual cells loosely bound together by unifying tissue. At higher magnification, you will see individual atoms of hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, and so on, which are not dense substances at all. They are vibrating ghostly shadows appearing under the microscope as spots of light and darkness. You have come to the boundary separating matter and energy for the subatomic particles that form the atom. The spinning electrons dancing around the nucleus of protons and neutrons are no longer spots or points of matter. At this level, you will see everything you perceive as dense matter is just energy tracks. Now you begin to dive even deeper into quantum space. Light gradually disappears, giving way to a growing black void, which eventually thickens, and you find yourself where not only matter and energy, but also space and time do not exist. There you have gone beyond the hand as a space-time phenomenon. There are no more concepts such as before or after in this field. You are everywhere and nowhere. But does this mean that your hand has ceased to exist? No. For once you have crossed the boundary of the fifth dimension, you have entered a place where the concepts of place and time simply no longer apply. However, the coarser levels of perception still exist, as does your hand on all those levels that you have passed through, that is, quantum, subatomic, atomic, molecular, and cellular, and that the invisible mind links to where you are now. It's a simple exercise. And as I always say, if something does not work out the first time, it will work out the second, third time. If you have the intention, the result will happen. Subscribe to the channel. There is a lot more interesting and useful content to come.